this in the other office?
A to było zajebiste. O!
Fitz-Randolph is clever. One turn of the phonograph crank, and the table, part of the floor, and the wall turn, and this appears. Listen to what I'm telling you, Liz. The rose-colored bed. William A. Fitz-Randolph's dirty laundry. A Liz Allaire exclusive. Forget it. The gossip rags don't interest me.
Zbroja. Chyba tu stała przedtem.
I could move it, but I don't see the things it must have seen. It's much too heavy for me. This is where Fitz-Randolph, but only the long ones.
Dobra, może usiądzie.
No way. Sleep here and you turn into Hannah Montana.
Zamienić się w Hannę Montanę. Co za tekst, kurde. Regał. Zawsze się da coś brać z regałów.
Expensive caviar. My sister, Anne-Marie, the smart one, uses it to make sandwiches. Fitz-Randolph and his secretary certainly know how to live it up.
Kawior. Tu chyba nic już się więcej nie da zrobić.
Only 5 minutes left in its memory. It would be good if I could get Big Albert to confess.
Już zrobiła z nim wywiad prawie. Powinno zostać mniej niż 5 minut. Tam już byłem. Może teraz temu robotowi dam olej. O.
Never mix alcohol with depression.
No bo nie spodziewałem się tego. Alkohol i depresja. Nigdy nie mieszać tego. Pamiętajcie. Kawior? Nie. Znaczy może tu się coś zmieniło? No chyba utknąłem. Bo nie wiem co zrobić.
Nope, there's only a baseball bat. I don't want that. One's got my head caught under the... I like it closed because... If my mother could see me wearing this, she'd die. Jean-Michel, have your daughter take that off. For goodness sake, she's an Allaire.
Coś z tym ołówkiem.
Queenie, my bohemian and pretty sister, uses only the finest pencils to draw, but this will do for me.
Po co jej ten ołówek? Dobra, już tak będę sprawdzał po kolei. Może... Kawior? Dla psa? Czemu nie? Trzeba spróbować.
And the magic word for today is caviar.
Zadziałało. Jaki pies. Co to kurde jest? Świeżetsza roślinka?
But the real magic would be if something was written on it.
Nie no, takiego psa jeszcze nie widziałem.
Tabby III just finished eating. I won't buy. The first page has a faint impression of the note Big Albert wrote. Yes, but I can't make out a thing.
A, znam pewną sztuczkę.
Warehouse, ASAP.
A, ma się to doświadczenie z poprzednich.
When she finally found out what Big Albert's note said, Liz headed to Fitz-Randolph's storeroom, located behind the mansion.
To the warehouse, then. Hopefully Big Albert and Immaterial Man are still there. I'll turn on my tape recorder.
Easy now.
Immaterial?
The people who did this will be back. Help me.
Count me in. What do? I'm your girl.
The important part is safe and sound now. will simply bury the rest. Lights out.
At noon the following day, Dan was awakened by a ringing telephone. It was his boss. Liz and Dan hadn't shown up at the paper that day, and he was, how can I put it, pretty angry.
I won't tolerate another screw-up. You hear me, Mr.
Murray? You know, you don't understand it.
If the story about last night's award ceremony doesn't make the
Sunday edition, you and Miss O'Lear are going to be in hot water. Get clear, Murray?
Very, very hot water, he screamed down the phone. Reluctantly, Dan went back to Fitzrandolph's mansion. Edgar told him that Liz had been seen going into the storeroom, where she evidently was no longer. Finding out what had happened to his beloved colleague was not going to be that easy.
Beloved? My foot. Los Angeles Stadium, Friday night. Manny Brown, Rico Sandretti.
Manny Brown.
That's what
To
counts.
się liczy, tak. Walka, boks. Gala boksu się liczy. Dobra, to już jest drugi rozdział z tego co widzę. Odkryj co stało się z Liz, więc chyba na tym przerwę na chwilę nagrywanie. I witajcie ponownie w drugim epizodzie, właściwie to w drugim akcie gry The Next Big Thing. Tym razem wcielamy się w postać Dana i musimy odkryć co stało się z jego koleżanką z pracy, tak to nazwę. Liz. Co się stało z Liz? Tak więc zaczynamy poszukiwania.
It's wood burning. I could open it, throw on some logs, take out the ashes. I don't think so.
To nie jego w stylu. Nie będzie otwierał pieca.
I have one at home just like it. I always sleep on it, except when I have, company.
Też mam taką w domu.
5-second rest period and I'm back on the court. This sports business is really tiring.
Dobra. Gazety.
Why, I've carried bundles like those, and even bigger ones. But, step by step, I've managed to get to where I am today. Whoa, these are yesterday's news.
Nie chcę gazet.
Must be from some movie. Nice poster. And that's the end of it.
Czyli nic z plakatem. Farby.
An 8-pack. Half my salary, they belong to Octopus Herring.
Biorę je.
Psychedelic.
Psychodeliczny.
MKO pansies. Ha, it seems like Willie has some enemies. What am I going to do, erase it with my tongue?
Tak,
I'll
masz to.
pass.
Masz to zlizać.
What am I going to do, erase it with...
Nie, to nie. Innym razem. O! El Chupacabras.
He has the slowest hangovers in all of Mexico. Let him sleep. That belongs to the Chupacabras.
To na pewno się przyda. Jestem pewien. Tak. Gitara.
He never plays it in public. Oh, it's Robo Payne's workshop.
Coś tam jest.
What's this? One of the Chupacabra's claws. And I thought they were natural.
Dobra, bierzemy to.
Nothing. That's not the way to get out.
O kurde.
Every time I
Nie da się, dobra.
Heyo, Tabby!
O, znowu ten dziwaczny pies. Kwiat.
Attaboy, attaboy. No, I didn't bring you any caviar today, you glutton. Aya, go lay down. I haven't seen him since he was Tabby II. Could he have a genetic memory? They're in there cleaning up after the party, or something like that. And the robots aren't letting anyone in. Plus, Willie might be in there, and he'd invite me to stay for lunch or something, and that would bog me down.
Idziemy do samochodu. Key.
My pal. What a life.
What life? No life.
Why not?
No proszę.
I know that this makes no sense, but this is my chance to use a bat.
Dobra, teraz idziemy na przystań. Zobaczymy, co tam ciekawego można znaleźć. O, statek jakiś.
Pirate flicks. Can't stand them. Period. Willie's Monster Factory. I don't see why people are so... That's the one Willie uses when he has to go to festivals and other movie events. I haven't overlooked anything around here. Too far away. I haven't overlooked anything around here. I'm not getting on a pirate ship.
No tak. Dobra, na statek zaraz pójdę, tylko jeszcze zobaczymy tutaj.
No ferry service today. That's the one that goes to the studio. I could erase what's written there. I'll pass.
Lina, okej.
Oh, if I really get behind it has the mother of all...
Żebym ją uciął. To zobaczmy. Bardzo ostre
I don't
pazury.
know what I wanted for, but when you come from a neighborhood like mine, that's never the right question to ask.
Dobra, idziemy na statek.
Closed. Hey! You in there! Ayo! And who wants to get in? Well, surely...
Zamknięty statek.
They're in there. I'm not...
Może coś tutaj przeoczyłem. O! Pasek.
Doesn't this belong to that lunatic? Not that I pay attention to what she wears. Let's hope I don't find more of her clothes lying around. What's it to me?
Po co ci jej ciuchy?
I don't want to burn this. He never uses one. He never uses one.
Okej. Zabijemy Tobiego. Nie da się.
If he's got a soul, I don't want it.
Pasek może na smyczy?
Heyo, Tabby! Heyo, buddy. I've got a job for you.
Zadanie dla Kwiatka. Zabawne. Jak śmiesznie chodzi ten pies.
Attaboy, Taffy, attaboy. That's a long way down. Hey, Wacko! You need a man's hand? Yeah. If she's in there, it's up to me to get around.
To już oczywiste. Lina. I schodzimy.
Will this hold if I tie it?
Count me in. What do I do? I'm your girl.
Help me hide Big Al inside.
In the sarcophagus?
Yes. It'll save us time. Now let's get out of here, or...
If you try it, you can consider yourselves toast. Your two-bit invisibility tricks won't work with me, material man. You and the lovely Miss Alaire shall be escorted to your new quarters by my assistant.
I can escort myself.
Chloroform.
I know who you are. Do you think you're better than a refer... Sure. Hey.
Now that he knew what had happened to Liz, Dan would only be able to find her by going after Big Albert. The sarcophagus? Said Edgar. They took it to the Temple of Eternal Illusion. Now we're really in trouble, replied Dan. The Temple of Eternal Illusion. Headquarters of the famous sorceress known as High Priestess Chroma. It was completely impenetrable. Whoever entered was observed and analyzed by a scanner, which detected any sign of cerebral activity, and once inside, it was filled with deadly traps out of which no one had ever escaped. The game was becoming increasingly difficult, but Dan had come too far. Plus, his feelings for Liz were becoming more intense all the time.
That ninny. Thanks to her, I'm going to be on the ropes again. If she's lost those tickets... It's going to take him a while. I could help Edgar, but I don't want to... Ayo, Kadnavsky.
Back, you bloody earthling, or I'll vaporize you with my hypergalactic laser.
Are you stupid or what?
What a guy. But don't call me by my last name. I'm Edgar to my friends.
Edgar.
Fascinating.
Anyway, have you found out anything about our mutual friend?
Mutual? You're mistaken there. But tell me, why are you dressed like an idiot?
I'm the new Vulcan Flash.
Good for you. And who is this idiot?
Don't pretend. Everyone knows who Vulcan Flash is.
I am not everyone.
Well, except for an Amundsen. There, he is called Vidigues Jimenez. They censored the original.
So, who convinced you to dress like an idiot?
You'll never guess. Our friend Liz. Well, Mr. Fitz-Randolph doesn't. That's why my job is to clean it off.
Is Willie around?
He was at the mansion, but he asked them to get the Zeppelin ready. Maybe he's already there.
MKO Pansies, what's that about?
A new direction for MKO. Fitz-Randolph wants to get out of the horror business and dedicate himself to family films.
Filmy familijne, nudne, ale mów dalej.
Family films don't interest me, but go on.
Just that. Romantic comedies, children's films, even musicals.
Half my salary says the graffiti is Octopus Herring's work.
For sure. Do you know that in Amundsen, it's forbidden to put octopi in your socks, punishable by spanking?
Fascinating.
Fascynujące.
I'm still not interested in family films. Go on.
The problem is that not all of the monster actors are in favor of the change, and they're trying to boycott it. In part, I understand them. You build a career scaring people, and then they make you play the Cookie Monster.
This is starting to bore me.
Ciasteczkowy potwór. Sarkofag.
So, they've taken the sarcophagus away. Where did they take the sarcophagus?
To the Temple of Eternal Illusion.
And what's this about the temple being impenetrable?
It is. No one's ever gotten in, except for Kromha's performances on Tuesdays. The best part is that the people in the audience don't even know how they got in. They're outside waiting in line, and then suddenly, bam! They're inside, comfortably ensconced in their assigned seats.
Właśnie zauważyłem, że tu leży jakiś liść. Podniosę go dopiero jak skończę dialog. O ile się go da podnieść.
Saturday.
What is the temple in reality?
A temple.
Oh, you're really asking for it.
What a guy. It's a pyramid that Kromha had brought from Egypt, block by block.
Enough about the temple for the moment. Eya Ellis.
Yeah, Dan.
Ellis?
Tabby must have dropped this. These pets expire. Poor Tabby. Every winter the same story.
Z nim już gadałem. Dobra, pójdziemy tu. Może z tym się teraz da.
Let him sleep.
No chyba z nim w ogóle się nie będzie dało pogadać. Tobi?
Heyo, Thanks for the help back there, buddy. Eya, go lay down. Tabby dropped it.
Przystań. O!
At last, they opened it.
I'll help you construct, erect it, put together in any weather.
Scientifically impossible.
I'm going to die anyhow.
Morally reprehensible.
But what about poetry, beauty, purity, and artistry?
Economically inviolable.
Well, I'll get into one of these.
I won't discuss it. You won't fit poet.
You said you won't fit poet. You won't fit.
Whoa, take it easy, Gargantua.
Co to w ogóle jest? Jakiś zombiak.
Hello, Dan Murray.
Guilty as charged. And you have pint.
What a guy. Professor Fly, at your service.
Good. And that idiot outside? What's with him?
The poet? He wants me to build him a custom-made teletransporter booth.
Tell a what?
Oh, a neophyte. Let me show you.
Fajna postać. Śmiesznie wygląda.
The foolhardy volunteer gets into one.
No, rzucaj, rzucaj. 2, 3 punkty.
And instantly appears in the other.
Does the duck get frequent flyer miles?
Interesting.
Dan understood the great potential in that magnificent invention for furthering his plans, and he made it known to Professor Fly.
Not bad. Have you got a volunteer half pint? Apart from the rubber ducky?
Oh, I wish. The poet wanted to, but I won't even discuss it.
Well, now you have one. Let's get on with it.
Oh, that would be morally reprehensible. The teletransporter is still in the Zeta stage. It's randomly lethal, lethally random, especially for the liver. It is for that reason that I only accept volunteers that meet 3 requirements.
3 kryteria.
1, said Fly, they have to be completely expendable to society. 2, Their life expectancy must be less than 1 year, 2 months, 9 days, and 37 minutes. 3. They must pass my psychological test for the purpose of accrediting psychic devastation to the utmost degree.
No dobra.
Let's get to the psychic devastation test. What do you want to bet I beat the record?
Let's... They're just 4 little ink blots. What do you see there?
Śliczny mały kwiatek.
A pretty little flower.
This is not psychic devastation or anything like it. I'm sorry. Try again when you're...
Dziwne.
My life expectancy is almost nil.
Are you sure? That's experimentally demonstrably experimental. Do you see that machine in the corner?
Better than you. I don't have bug eyes.
Co za gość, co za
But
gość.
it's true. I can't see all that well because I lost my glasses yesterday. So the machine is called a life-o-meter.
Życiometr.
It uses the breath to determine the subject's total remaining life expectancy down to the minute.
How much time until he kicks the bucket, right?
Definitively positive. Positively definitive.
What do I have to do for you to consider me socially expendable?
I won't discuss it. You work at the Quill. You're a sports journalism genius.
What do you have to say about the poet? Is he stupid or just pretending to be?
Well, the poet of pain is peculiar.
Specyficzny.
Peculiar.
Yes, peculiar.
Peculiar in what way?
In a peculiar way.
I get it. Very peculiar?
Between somewhat and very peculiar.
Peculiar, period?
What they call peculiar.
Like this peculiar attempt at a conversation.
It is a somewhat peculiar conversation, yes.
Is this peculiar conversation getting us anywhere?
No, but if you keep insisting, I'm going to start thinking that you're peculiar.
Chyba nie ma sensu ta rozmowa.
Peculiar? Me?
Peculiar. You.
Me? Peculiar?
You. Peculiar.
Me? But wasn't it the poet who was peculiar?
Well, the poet of pain is...
Nie, to już kręci się w kółko. Następny biorę.
Why can't he be your volunteer?
Unfortunately, that's scientifically impossible, since my teletransporter booth won't accommodate him. Economically inviable, the cost of building a booth his size would be astronomical. And morally reprehensible, as we are talking about one of the greatest literary figures of our time.
That's his name.
The Poet of Pain. He's already published 3 volumes of poetry, all with the same theme. Unfortunately, he's beginning to repeat himself.
Has he always gone in for...
He used to be a stunt double in the movies. He has a very high tolerance to pain, so he would do anything. He used to specialize in the most physically punishing stunts. The best part is that afterwards, he would tell his colleagues all about the pain he'd experienced. He did it so poetically that someone said to him, "You have got to write this."
Why did...
My teletransporter booths are in the Zeta stage. They're very dangerous for the volunteer, and the poet sees an enticingly new form of pain in it, and... enticingly new.
Poets. Back up to the
Nasz
scene,
koniec.
Half-Pint.
Co za gość, tak, co za gość. Nareszcie koniec tej rozmowy, tego głupiego dialogu. Aparat.